When your cat finishes their wet food and immediately starts grooming themselves with that slow, almost ceremonial calm, do you really know what's happening inside their body in that moment? Yes, it looks satisfying. But behind that ritual, there's something far deeper than most owners ever stop to notice. Here's the thing. What you put in your cat's bowl every single day is quietly shaping everything. Their kidneys, their weight, their coat, their mood, even the way they look at you. And if you've been told that dry food is more practical and just went with it, which most owners do without even questioning it, you may have been unknowingly working against your cat's biology for years. This isn't about guilt. This is about understanding something the pet food industry never had much interest in explaining clearly. Let's start with the one thing that surprises almost everyone. Your cat is living in a constant state of mild thirst. Think about the last time you saw your cat drink water on their own. Really drink, not just sniff the bowl and walk away. If you're feeding them primarily dry food, that image is probably rare. And there's a reason for that. What most people don't know is that cats evolved as desert predators. Their bodies were never designed to drink water separately from their meals. In the wild, a mouse or a small bird is about 70% water. That's where hydration comes from. That's the only source cats were wired to trust. A study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that cats fed exclusively dry food consume significantly less total water per day than cats fed wet food. Even when fresh water is available at all times, their instinct simply doesn't push them to drink from a bowl the way dogs or humans would reach for a glass. The consequence of that low-grade, chronic dehydration isn't always visible. It's not dramatic. Your cat isn't collapsing, but their kidneys are working harder than they should every single day. And kidney disease is the leading cause of death in domestic cats over the age of 7. Wet food changes that equation completely. With 70 to 80% moisture content, it mirrors almost exactly what your cat's body was built to process. Not because it's a health supplement, because it's simply closer to what a prey animal actually is. Think about that for a second. Their kidneys are either quietly suffering or quietly thriving. Have you noticed your cat drinking more water than usual lately? Or maybe the opposite, almost never touching their bowl? Both can be signs that something is happening beneath the surface. Here's what's really going on. The kidney is a filter. And like any filter, it performs better when the flow moving through it is generous and consistent. When a cat is chronically underhydrated, the kidneys concentrate urine more intensely to compensate, which over time creates microscopic wear that accumulates across years, not days. A long-term study from the American Journal of Veterinary Research followed domestic cats over several years and found that those with higher daily moisture intake showed measurably better kidney function markers in middle age and beyond. Not just slightly better, significantly better. The beautiful part? Switching to daily wet food isn't a medical intervention. It doesn't require a vet visit or a prescription. It's just food. Food that happens to match what your cat's organs were engineered to handle. And if you're already feeding wet food every day, your cat's kidneys are probably quieter and healthier than you realize. That's not a small thing. It's not about being a picky eater. It's about being a carnivore. Does your cat turn their nose up at dry food sometimes? Sniff it, look at you, and walk away like you've personally offended them? Most owners laugh it off or feel frustrated or wonder if their cat is just being dramatic. What the majority of people miss is that this isn't pickiness. This is biology communicating. Cats are obligate carnivores. That word, obligate, is important. It means they have no physiological pathway to thrive on plant-based or heavily processed nutrition. Their digestive systems produce very limited amylase, the enzyme needed to break down carbohydrates. Most dry kibble, regardless of brand or price point, is between 30% and 50% carbohydrates by dry weight, because starch is what holds the pellet together during manufacturing. A cat's liver and pancreas are simply not equipped to handle that load efficiently, day after day, year after year. Wet food, by contrast, is typically high in animal protein, low in carbohydrates, and structured closer to the macronutrient profile of actual prey. When a cat eats wet food, their digestive system doesn't have to work around ingredients it wasn't built to process. It just works. That walking away moment at the dry food bowl, your cat might be smarter about their own body than you've been giving them credit for. The weight connection nobody talks about. Have you looked at your cat recently and thought they might be a little rounder than they used to be? Or maybe you've been struggling to keep weight on a cat that seems to eat constantly, but never seems fully satisfied. Both of those situations have the same root cause. What most owners don't realize is that dry food creates a broken hunger loop. Because it lacks moisture and is calorie-dense in a way cats' bodies don't naturally regulate well, cats fed primarily on kibble often eat past their actual energy needs, not because they're greedy, but because the signal that says "I'm full" is tied to volume and protein saturation, not just calories. Dry food can pack a large caloric load into a small physical amount, and that disconnect between fullness and actual intake is where gradual weight gain hides. Wet food, with its high moisture and protein content, triggers satiety more naturally. Studies published in Applied Animal Behavior Science have shown that cats on wet food-dominant diets tend to self-regulate portion intake more effectively and maintain healthier body weight over time. And if you've ever watched a cat eat wet food, there's a deliberateness to it, a slowness, like they're eating something real, because they are. And if this is making you see your cat's health in a completely new way, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more cat owners who want to truly understand the animals they love and give them the life they deserve. Their coat is a window into what you've been feeding them. Run your hand down your cat's back right now, or think about the last time you did. Was the coat thick and almost silky, or dry, slightly coarse, maybe even flaky at the base? Here's what that texture is telling you. Skin and coat health in cats is almost entirely dependent on dietary fat quality and hydration status. The omega fatty acids found in high-quality animal proteins, particularly in fish-based or poultry-based wet foods, are the building blocks of that shine you see in a healthy cat's coat. But more than that, moisture from food affects the skin's ability to retain hydration from within, which is where softness actually starts. Research from the Waltham Center for Pet Nutrition has documented consistent improvement in coat condition in cats transitioned to high-moisture, high-protein diets over a period of just 8 to 12 weeks. Not months, not years, weeks. When you stroke a cat with a genuinely healthy coat, there's a density to it, an aliveness. It's not just aesthetics. It's a physical expression of what their body is doing on the inside, processing food it was built for, running systems that aren't overtaxed, thriving quietly. That coat under your hand is a conversation. It's been telling you something for a while. Their behavior changes. Most owners just don't connect the dots. Has your cat ever seemed restless after eating? Or maybe they eat and then immediately go to sleep, but wake up hungry again unusually soon. Maybe they're more irritable in the hours before mealtime than you'd expect. Most people assume that's just personality, just how my cat is. What's really happening, and this part tends to change everything, is that food directly regulates energy, mood regulation, and even social behavior in cats. The tryptophan found in animal-based protein is a precursor to serotonin. The amino acid balance in a high-protein wet food diet supports more stable neurological function than a high-carbohydrate dry diet that sends blood sugar on a quiet, invisible roller coaster throughout the day. A study from Oregon State University examining stress and behavioral markers in domestic cats found that nutritional stability, consistent, biologically appropriate food, correlated with lower stress indicators and more affiliative behavior toward their human companions. In simpler terms, cats fed food that matched their biology were calmer, more social, and more engaged with the people in their lives. That cat who curls up on your lap in the evening, more relaxed, more present, more there, might have something to do with what was in their bowl that morning. Not might, probably does. We started this by asking whether you really know what your cat is trying to tell you. Here's the answer. Every time your cat finishes a bowl of wet food and curls up somewhere warm, something quiet is happening. Their kidneys are flushing efficiently. Their coat is building from the inside out. Their brain chemistry is settling into balance. Their body is doing what it was always designed to do, but rarely gets the chance to in the world we've built for them. We brought cats into our homes. We changed their environments, their schedules, their social structures, their entire world. The least we can do is give them food that still speaks the language their biology has always known. There's only one practical note. Wet food, once opened, needs to be refrigerated and used within 24 to 48 hours. That's real. That's the trade-off. A few extra seconds of handling for a body that functions the way it was built to function. Most owners never make that connection. They feed what's convenient, what was recommended at the store, what comes in the big bag that lasts a month. And their cats live okay lives, decent lives. But when you understand what wet food does, not as a treat, not as an upgrade, but as a return to something ancient and right, the bowl you put down every morning becomes something different. It becomes a promise. This isn't just a cat eating dinner. This is trust returned. Spoken in the only language they've ever had, silent, daily, and real.